The worst business idea one can give you is to tell you start with what you have. Yeah, it sounds somehow more or less like to encourage you, but I want to tell you, you will still start with what you have, but plan with what you have. There's difference between you starting with what you have and planning with what you have. Now, in any type of business, if you start with what you have, it means maybe in the middle of the way, you might eventually get exhausted. But if you plan with what you have, you will not get exhausted. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to my channel. I want to share with you that recently I lost one of my animals. As you know, I raise exotic pigs on my farm. I lost one of my duroc, which by what should be around 450 to 500,000 naira worth. And the reason why I actually lost it is because I started with what I have instead of planning with what I have. And now let me buttress this point so that you understand what I'm saying. Now, as you all know, pig farm, pig generally, they are prolific animals. So, because of their prolific nature, they give birth and they enlarge within the shortest period of time. Now, as you know, if you have been following my channel, you will observe that I started my farm with maybe 5 animals or 7 on the farm. Despite the fact that I've sold several times, I think I still have like maybe 50 animals because I kept on selling. Despite that fact, I have space constraint. Yeah, and that is going to boil down to why I said it's better you plan with what you have rather than starting with what you have. Now, if I had planned with what I had in terms of finance now, I would have gotten a foresight that I needed extra spaces to be in place before my animals get matured to the extent of having to separate them into rooms. Now, because of so many people that have been asking what really happened, I'm going to tell you. One of my male animal, Cambro, he crossed, in fact, he broke his own door. He broke his own door and eventually went to my duroc room. And in my duroc room, because of space, I had 4 mature female gilts in the same room with my duroc boa. Now, because of jealousy, this Cambro boa, in his own room as well, I have 2 sow that I just weaned, and he had already serviced them. And you know now, Cambro animals, their libido is very, very high. So he broke the door, and probably we did not lock the door where I kept my duroc animal. He broke that one also, and they sprung into fight. The fight lasted for only God knows, because nobody was on farm as at the time it happened. So eventually I lost the animal. My duroc boa succumbed to the cold hands of the dead. Yeah, so it's quite painful, but it's one of those things that happen if you are having space constraints. So, ladies and gentlemen, why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you so that you plan with what you have rather than starting with what you have. I started with what I had. I never planned with what I have. I hope you see the difference now. So the thing I want you to hold on to in this video is that